If I am a good basketball player and I want to become better, I go to somebody who knows basketball to learn more. If I'm a good baseball player and I want to get better at baseball, I go to somebody who's a good baseball player. If I enjoy the piano and I want to get better at the piano, I go to somebody who knows piano. If I play chess and I want to get better at chess, I go to somebody who knows chess. If I'm a plumber or a cook, I go to somebody who knows plumbing and cooking. And the best way to learn how to live life, begins in the family. Today we celebrate the Holy Family, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, and the example that they set for us. And if we think about it, it is in our families that those first examples of how to live life are brought forth. And we know there are many different situations that happen in many different families. But some families have more trials and tribulations than others. Many different things are happening, which is why it is important for us to pray for our families, to pray for all families, to pray for families throughout the world. I wonder how often we pray for our families. You don't have to raise your hand. I wonder what would be different if we prayed for our families every day. If every day when we got up, we said, God bless my family. And then maybe we take it another step. God bless all the families in our parish. God bless all the families in the United States. God bless all the families in the world. We know that the family is under attack in so many ways. But there are ways we support our family and strengthen our families. One of the greatest ways we do that is praying. You think about it, it is in families that we learn how to be patient with a brother, a sister, a mother, a father, a son, a daughter. It is in families that we learn not to be selfish. It is in the family that we learn kindness. It is in the family that we learn morality, the right and wrong things to do. It is in the family that we learn how to speak to each other with respect. That's why praying for the family is so important. And we ought to be here today, saying, but my family, there's so many difficulties. There's so many people that I just don't get along with in my family. So many people that I just have trials and tribulations with. All the more reason to pray for our families. And we may stop and think, praying for our families each day, what difference will that make? It does make a difference. If I know I'm praying for people in my family every day, then no matter what's happening, no matter what's going on, I'm going to act and speak differently. First reading said, God sets a father in honor over his children. A mother's authority he confirms. Whoever honors his father, whoever reveres his mother. Each and every person has a role to play. And in every sense of the word, all the relationships that we have within our families help all the other relationships we have. When I can be patient with a brother or a sister, when I can speak kindly to a child or a parent, then I've got a much better chance of doing so in the other relationships in my life. Take care of your father when he is old, even if his mind fails. It's interesting, we have parents take care of their children. And then there's a point in life where things kind of equal out. And then there's a point where children take care of their parents. And that's all the circle of life. And this gift of life that we have been given is a freely given gift by God. And he has created each and every one of us and all the different relationships we have. And all the different relationships we have, that's how we show God's love to each other. Some of the most difficult people to deal with are the people we're around all the time. And that's family. More important that we pray for our families. And we ask for God's grace and courage and strength. Blessed is everyone who fears the Lord, who walks in his ways. Walking in the ways of the Lord is never easy. Treating our families in the way we want to treat them is never easy. And Mary, Jesus, and Joseph show us that example. My friends, the gift of family is such a gift from God, even if its trials happen often, even if there's many difficulties, because it is in the family that we reflect the Holy Family. Maybe you're sitting there saying, if you were in my family, you don't reflect the Holy Family. You don't see Jesus, Mary, and Joseph in my family. Well, maybe we need to work a little harder at doing that. We're trying to make sure in some sense that when we're with our family, it reflects something of the Holy Family. St. Paul says, put on as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, heartfelt compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, bearing with one another and forgiving one another. And over all these, put on love. That's the key. When we put on love, when we ask God's love to cover our family each and every day, when that love of God covers our family each and every day, then perhaps then we're able to live together in a little bit more harmony. In the gospel, we're told that Jesus, Mary, and Joseph went to Egypt, and then they went to Nazareth. Wouldn't it be interesting to be a fly on the wall and to see what happened when they were in Egypt? What went on when they were in Nazareth, when Jesus was growing up? What situations did they find themselves in? What conversations did they have? What we do know is that God was present. We simply ask God to be present in our families. We start today, and then tomorrow, and then the next day, and each and every day. God, be present in my family today. God, be present in all our families today. We might think that won't make a difference, but it does. When we pray asking God's blessings on our families, it makes a difference because we look at things differently. So when I'm trying to learn something, I go to the people who know the best. And when it comes to learning life, the first place we learn how to live life is in the family. So may God bless our families. And may we have the courage each day, to ask God for his blessings. To ask God for his blessings upon our family.